Molly Dudley. I am the owner of Modu, which is my textile studio and brand here in Atlanta, Georgia. My studio is located in Casper Hill, which is a very historic arts district here in Atlanta, really close to downtown. I share my space with two other artists as well. One is a woodworker, so we constantly have lots of different projects happening, and the other one is a commercial sign maker. Always things happening in the studio, lots of different projects, so it's very collaborative space. The building we're in as a whole has several other artists as well that all work in different mediums. My process usually starts with obviously taking an inspiration. So I feel like I'm very much inspired by quilting, which is really largely used in the South, as well as tile work, architecture, lots of color and pattern. I feel like most of my work, especially in my textiles, is all about continuous geometric patterns and using color and texture. My process usually starts with designing things in some sort of program, so usually use Illustrator, Photoshop, and I'll design a piece in its whole so I can see the way the composition works and also how the colors look together. And from there, I just kind of figure out my weaving formula for it. So how large the piece is, how many ends of yarn, what it will take to actually make the piece look how I want it to. And from there, the weaving process starts. As far as my equipment, with weaving, I primarily use my 4-shaft Swedish counterbalance loom. So it's going to be a traditional floor loom. And then other equipment, just using warping boards for each project. I'm working on a few different projects right now. I am about to do some markets throughout the summer. So I'm working on some hand-woven home decor pieces, such as placemats, table runners, that type of thing. And then I also have been designing a few different types of utility bags, and so I've just been making my prototypes and building small batch production of those things. And then the other thing I'm working on is a few different large-scale hand-woven textiles. So those will be more so one-of-a-kind art pieces, so rugs and a few collaborative furniture pieces, as well as framed larger pieces of work too. My grandmothers were involved in the fiber arts, so one grandmother was a knitter and she made commercial knitting patterns, and then my other really taught me how to sew, and she was a seamstress and a quilter. I grew up just always working with my hands, and specifically with yarn and fabric. My first experience with weaving, I actually went to school for photography, but one of the years I was there, they found a bunch of traditional floor looms in one of the basements of one of the dorm houses. So they brought all those up and created a weaving studio and found a local teacher, and I was part of their very first weaving class. I was just obsessed with researching different weavers, the history of weaving, how it looks so different across so many different cultures, whether that be through technique or equipment used or the literal function. But across all of those things, weaving and the creation of fabric and textiles was used to create comfort. And from the moment I started, it was instant love. I was reminded a lot of growing up, working with textiles, just in a whole new facet. If you're located in the Atlanta area or nearby, I'll be periodically doing in-person events, so you can find me at different markets. You can also find me online. I sell through my online shop as well, which is modutextiles.com. I typically will do releases